Akhil was playing with his toys. So now he had this track of a toy train and he wanted to make a large track, as large as he can, using these pieces. Now each piece of this toy train track was 6 centimeters in length. So what he does is he adds another piece to this. So he adds another piece. So 6 plus 6 gives me 12. Or I can say 6 is added 2 times, or I can say 6 into 2, which is 12. So now he gets the track length as 6 plus 6 centimeters, which is 12 centimeters. So further he keeps on adding these pieces to make a large toy train track. So he keeps adding and he gets this. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. That is, 6 is being added 5 times. Or I can say, since 6 is being added 5 times, I can say this as 6 times 5, which is 30. So now he has this length of the track now is 30 centimeters. So what we see is that as he adds another piece, which is of 6 centimeters, as he adds another piece, what happens is that 6 gets multiplied by some whole number, which is either 1, the first number. When he adds 2 pieces, it gets multiplied by 2. When he adds 5, it gets multiplied by 5. So these are nothing but multiples of 6. So if 6 is added 1 time, I can say 6 times 1, which is 6. 6 added 2 times, repeated addition gives me multiplication. So 6 multiplied by 2, which is 12, and so on. 6 times 3. So he gets 6 times 5, which was 30, and so on. He can keep adding more pieces to it. So all these numbers, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, are called multiples of 6. Why are they called multiples of 6? Because I'm multiplying 6 with any number to get this number. So if a number is multiplied by a whole number, then I get multiple of that number. So 6 multiplied by 1, 6. Similarly, 6 times 4 gives me 24. So all these are multiples of 6. And in fact, I can say that 6 is the first multiple of 6, 12 is the second multiple of 6, similarly 18 is the third multiple, and so on. So these are the different multiples of a number which you get when you multiply that number by any whole number. Now, Rohan joins Akhil. So Akhil had this 6 centimeters toy train track. Now Rohan joins Akhil and he has a track that has a piece which is of 10 centimeters length. Now both of them wanted to make a long toy train track. So now how do they do it? They have to keep adding pieces to it. But now Akhil doesn't seem too happy because Rohan has a larger piece of track. So he can make a larger track. So what they decide is that both of them will make the track of the same length. Now when would that happen? When will both of them have the same length of track? Let's see. So since this was 10 and he had a piece of 6, he adds another to make it larger than his piece. So what we get is he adds another piece and in turn he gets this 6 plus 6, which is 12. But now this was smaller. So he adds another piece. Now that becomes 20 and this is 12. So now what would happen? Again he is sad. He wants to add another piece to make it closer to 20. So he adds another piece, but still it is less than 20. This is 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 18, which is less than 20. So they keep on adding pieces of tracks to their train track till the time both of them get the same length. Here we see that 6 added 5 times, 30, and here you see that 10 is added 3 times, which gives me 30 again. So what you can see is essentially that Akhil's train is proceeding in multiples of 6. Every time he adds a piece, he's adding 6 to that number. So initially he adds 6, he adds another 12, another 18, one more 24, another 30. So his train track is proceeding in multiples of 6. Rohan, on the other hand, had a track which was of length 10. So if he is adding pieces, then the track length is increasing by addition of 10. So 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, and so on. So when can you say that they would have the length of the tracks to be the same? When the multiples would be the same. So here are multiples of 6, here are the multiples of 10, and you can see that 30 is a multiple that is common to both when the track length was same. Similarly, you can see 60. That is also common to both. When multiples are common, I term it as common multiples. That is, multiples common to two numbers are called common multiples. Here you can see common multiples of 6 and 10 would be 30, 60, and so on. If you keep on writing more numbers, you would find more numbers also after 60 which would be common to both multiples of 6 and 10. So these are the multiples of 6 and 10. Now what I see is that 30 is the smallest multiple that is common to both 6 and 10. And hence I can call this as the lowest common multiple or the least common multiple. And I term it as LCM, which means the lowest common multiple. So you have multiples of 6, multiples of 10, find the common multiples, and the smallest of that common multiple gives me the LCM. So now, an easier way to find the LCM would be, these are two small numbers. So when you have two small numbers, an easier way would be, you start with the larger number and keep on writing multiples of 10. Larger number here is 10, so keep on writing the multiples of 10. First multiple 10, second multiple 20. When do I stop? I stop when I know that the multiple of 10 is also a multiple of 6. 20 not a multiple of 6. 30, I know that 30 is a multiple of 6 also, hence I stop, and this gives me the LCM. So you start with the larger number, keep on writing its multiples till you know that that multiple is also a multiple of 6, which is the other number. Since 30 was also a multiple of 6, I stopped at 30, and in fact 30 gives me the LCM of 6 and 10. But now it's not always possible to find multiples like this. Say you have 60 and 72. Now writing multiples of 72 is not always easy. You'll have to know the table also for that. So what do I do in case of large numbers? Let's get back to HCF now. To find highest common factor, we had seen that the easier way would be to prime factorize these two numbers. Similarly, for LCM you can apply that method. First, write the prime factorization of both these numbers. So prime factors of 60, 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. Similarly, you break down 72 also in its prime factors. That is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. So I get prime factors of both. Now arrange them so that common ones come one below the other. So I have arranged them like that. Now what was the HCF? HCF was, you find the common ones and multiply them. That is 2 is common here, 2 is common, and 3. So multiplying 2 into 3 would give me HCF, which is the highest common factor. Now to find the lowest common factor, what I do is, I multiply all the factors, but the common factors would be written only once. So LCM would be, since 2 is common to both, you write it only once. Again, 2 is common to both, you write it only once. Then you write the leftover numbers also. 3 is common to both. This 3 is not common to both. You write that also, and then 5. So you write all the numbers or all the factors that appear in both the lists. The common ones have to be written only once. So this is what you get. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, common has to be written once, 3 into 5. So this is what you get as your LCM, which is the least common multiple. Now you can calculate it. 5 into 2, 10. 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 6. So this gives me 6 6 are 36 into 10, which is 360. Now you can find the LCM of 60 and 72 is 360. That is 360 is the smallest number, is the smallest multiple of both 60 and 72. Now let's see whether you can do this question. This says that a telemarketing company has introduced a scheme. What is this scheme? That every 30th caller gets a movie ticket, and every 100th caller gets a shopping voucher. So you need to find the first caller who would get both the movie ticket and the shopping voucher. So how would you do this? Let's look at this. We know that every 30th caller is getting a movie ticket. So 30th caller would get a movie ticket. Then again 60th caller would get a movie ticket. 90th caller would get a movie ticket. 120th caller would get a movie ticket. So what is happening? These are multiples of 30. So movie tickets is given in multiples of 30. We also know that every 100th caller would get a shopping voucher. So let's write multiples of 100 here now. So shopping voucher would be given in multiples of 100. 100th caller would get it. Then 200th caller would get it. Then 300th caller would get it, and so on. So now movie voucher, the movie ticket is being given in multiples of 30. The shopping voucher is given in multiples of 100. I want both the movie ticket and the shopping voucher. That means I have to be a multiple of 30 also, as well as a multiple of 100. So I need to find a common multiple of 30 and 100. Not just that, I want to find the first caller who gets it. That is the least common multiple. So I need to find LCM of 30 and 100. Least common multiple of 30 and 100. So how do I do that? We break down 30 into prime factors. Two fives are 10, 10 threes are 30. Prime factors, all are prime factors. Similarly, 100. Two twos are 4, 4 fives are 20, 25s are 100. Again, so I have broken down both 30 and 100 into prime factors. Now, how do I find LCM? LCM, for LCM, I write the common multiples only once, whereas and multiply all the other numbers also. 2 is common. I'll write that only once. Then 5 is also common. So 2 into 5 into 3 into whatever is left also, I multiply that 2 into this 5. So what I get is 5 twos are 10, again 5 twos are 10 and 3. So that is the 300th caller. So we see that 300th caller would get both a movie ticket and a shopping voucher. So that is one of the applications of LCM. That's how you can use LCM to find the least common multiple.